Hi, it's Pastor Andy with a Friday preview, and this week we are moving into Romans chapter 9. Now, for most of the last 8 chapters, Paul has really been addressing the relationship between God and man. And as we're going to see, he's going to address the relationship between God, or with man and man, between men, shortly. But Paul has used prominent figures in this, primarily Adam, but also from Israel's past. He has used Abraham in chapter 4, but much of what has been written in these first 8 chapters may have seemed like an attack against the Jews. And so if you were a Jew, a Jewish Christian, somebody with a Jewish background who had come to faith in Christ at the Church of Rome, reading this letter, along with the Gentile Christians in Rome at this church, for those who had the Jewish background, they might feel like, well, we've been attacked. Or for those who may have been on the fence about this faith in Christ and who he was and what he had done, they may have been attacked in some way. Now, it's important to remember that Paul had not yet traveled to Rome. We see that in Romans 1:15, and so therefore, any argument that he tries to correct, he's laying out an argument. But any argument that he's trying to correct, any questions that he's trying to answer are perceived questions. He hasn't been there, he hasn't sent the letter, but he certainly is perceiving some things and he's trying to address them. And that's really what Romans 9 through 11 is about. Now, some consider these chapters to be an excursus or like parenthetical remarks within Romans. And in a sense, we almost could go straight from the end of Romans 8 into Romans 12, and you can do that rather easily, but that doesn't mean Romans 9 through 11 is not necessary. In fact, it's very important, not just for the Jew of that day, not even just for the Gentile of that day, but these verses in these 3 chapters have an immense value to us today because it shows the faithfulness of God even when we can't see it. So for the next 5 weeks, with a break for Hub Sunday, so actually over the next 6 weeks, but the 5 sermons from Romans that we'd be doing, I'm going to review these 5 main sections. This week is just 5 verses, Romans 9, 1 through 5. Next week will be a larger passage from verse 6 to 29. But Paul is going to show that he's not against the Jews. In fact, he's going to show that he cares deeply for them, with his ultimate message being that God is God and that God is faithful. Whether we can see God being faithful or whether we recognize God as faithful, God is indeed faithful. I hope you'll join us on Sunday.